In this lesson, we're going to take a look at how we can utilize the MIB color intensity node. So if you've already had a chance to go through the lesson on using the MIB color average node, you'll find that the MIB color intensity node actually works in a very similar manner. This MIB color intensity is another node that will allow us to take any kind of colored information from our mental ray textures and then desaturate that into a grayscale value. So to utilize this node, let's just go ahead and drop it in. Take our mental ray texture, middle click, and connect it into the input. Now, on the surface, these two nodes will seem very similar. So the easiest way to see the difference between these two is to just simply render a quick comparison between the two. So let's take our MIB color average, and let's connect that to the ambient of our mental ray Lambert material. And I'll go ahead and save this colored image render. And you can see now we have this grayscale render of our scene. So let's save this one for comparison, and now let's compare this to the MIB color intensity. So I'll connect this one to the diffuse, re-render, and again you can see that there is now this grayscale render, but the result that we get is actually a little bit different. So if you take a look at the color intensity versus the color average, you can see that there is a little bit darker area right around the main body of this. And that's because this MIB color intensity is actually weighted a little bit more toward the intensity values of the color that is plugged into it versus the average node, where it just takes a simple additive and averaging effect of the colors plugged in. So in this case, you can see that the darker colors, areas like this blue body, are a little bit darker than some areas like this red siren, for example. So you can see in the colored image, we have this red siren right next to the blue light itself. So you can see these two right next to each other. Now in this image, the average node, you can see that they look very similar. But in this one, with the intensity values, you can see that there is comparatively a much greater change in the blue light versus what we see in this brighter red light. So again, very similar results that we get versus the MIB color intensity and the average node. Really just the way that they work as far as weighting the color values that are used to arrive at this grayscale value are just a little bit different.